We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. We're following breaking news. Baltimore City is suing the ATF. Coming up, how the mayor and a popular gun safety group say the feds are withholding data that could help curb crime. Tense moments at a public safety town hall in Baltimore. The questions the Department of Juvenile Services is being made to answer from victims' families. And we are continuing to follow the big news about the O's. The team signing a new lease at Camden Yards. Coming up, the new developments included in the lease and how it could change the fan experience. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news. We're awaiting a major announcement from Baltimore City Mayor Brandon Scott. The mayor is set to announce that Baltimore is joining forces with gun safety group Everytown to sue the ATF over gun crime data. This is a live look right here of downtown, where the mayor is set to outline that lawsuit any minute now. The federal lawsuit targets the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. The mayor saying the ATF improperly denied a public records request for data about gun crimes. Scott says the data is a critical tool in the fight to end gun violence. Again, this is a live look as they're getting set up, ready for the mayor to come out any minute. And as soon as this news conference begins, we will stream it on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Breaking overnight, a 44-year-old man is dead following an early morning shooting in southeast Baltimore. The killing marks the 255th of the year. Another 617 people have been shot and injured this year in Baltimore. Some heated moments at a town hall discussion hosted by Senate President Bill Ferguson. The meeting featured DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi, police, a state's attorney, and lawmakers.
I'd like to see some data from you, though. I'm not really hearing too much data from your office.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Take a deep breath. Can we talk about the process?
Team coverage of that meeting, including a closer look at the victims who spoke out. We begin with Shannon Lilly for a closer look at the discussion surrounding DJS and home monitoring. Shannon.
Yeah, that has been a big talking point when it comes to the Department of Juvenile Services. In fact, we have seen several cases where young people on home monitoring continue to commit more crimes, even with those ankle bracelets on. One of the most high-profile examples of that, the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. In fact, 2 teenagers now facing charges in connection to that day had ankle monitors on, including 18-year-old Tristan Jackson. Prosecutors say he was wearing an ankle monitor when they say he opened fire at a group of people that night. 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez was killed that night. Her mom, Crystal, speaking at last night's town hall. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
July, he had an ankle monitor on. July, he was able to attend a block party. I'm not saying he's responsible for my daughter's shooting. I can't say that. Do you know why? Because I get to sit in front of Ivan Bates and have him tell me that he can't do anything because his hands are tied. He can't interrogate the juvenile offenders. Now, here's the thing. They had ankle monitors on too, and were able to be at a block party for hours.
But I think that those people who work in that unit are quite dedicated to not just letting kids run the streets with guns. In fact, they have a really good record of kids not getting rearrested. One thing I would just say is that the notion that the kids are out in the street, that every time a kid is arrested in the street with a GPS monitor on, they were breaking the rule, that's not true.
Now, DJS Secretary Schiraldi there says the system is working, but we've heard from people inside the criminal justice system who say the opposite. Over the summer, defense attorney Roya Hanna told us there are not enough people keeping track of kids on home monitoring, and kids are falling through the cracks. In August, we found just 14 people were assigned to supervise 103 kids on home monitoring. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Despite the fact the Brooklyn home shooting Shannon mentioned shooter was 18 at the time, he has been moved to a juvenile facility until his trial. As Olivia Dance shows us, that is concerning some legal experts.
Tristan Jackson is 18 years old, so in the eyes of the court system, he should be seen and treated as an adult. In fact, an adult facing a long list of violent charges in connection to the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. Local attorney Jeremy Eldridge says the decision is shocking.
Legally speaking, minors are minors and adults are adults. The fact that DJS and the Office of the Public Defender are openly advocating for an adult who's been charged as an adult to be held at a juvenile detention facility means that other judges will have to consider the same thing. And more importantly, does it not pose a safety risk for the juveniles who are already there pending other charges?
Jackson is facing a long list of violent charges, including dozens of conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder charges in connection to the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting, Baltimore City's worst mass shooting. Jackson was awaiting his day in court in an adult facility, but recently a judge agreed to transfer Jackson to a juvenile detention facility. Eldridge believes the only reason that Jackson was even eligible for the transfer is because 2 months before turning 18, Jackson was charged with bringing a loaded handgun to Mervo High School. Just 17 years old at the time, Jackson was put under DJS supervision, but that didn't stop him from allegedly attending the Brooklyn Day party, where police say they tracked his DJS ankle monitor to the scene of the crime. City State's Attorney Ivan Bates questioning the decision in a statement saying, in part, quote, "The defendant's adult case takes priority over his juvenile matter. He is ineligible for transfer in his adult matter, and therefore, as a matter of law, he is not eligible for pretrial detention in a juvenile facility," end quote. Now, DJS says it's not commenting on Jackson's case because of confidentiality laws, but for our complete coverage on the department and the issues surrounding it, you can head to foxbaltimore.com. I'm Olivia Dance reporting, Fox 45 News.
Now back to the breaking news out of downtown. The mayor set to announce that Baltimore is joining forces with the gun safety group Everytown to sue the ATF over gun crime data. Let's listen in.
PD, despite being able to get access to this information as a law enforcement partner, is also unable to share it with me, their boss, or any members of my administration or our state's attorney in order to help us devise policies that get at the root of this issue. No mayor in the country should not have access to this information. At the end of the day, residents of Baltimore, St. Louis, New York are going to look at their mayor and want the mayor to act on whoever is helping to supply these guns, no matter where they may be. The current interpretation of the rider impedes our ability to examine the data and use that analysis to go after those gun traffickers, go after those straw purchasers, go after manufacturers, go after dealers who are also sometimes responsible for fueling gun violence in our city. Right now, we're not able to know if there's one gun store responsible for a disproportionate number of the guns flowing into our city, or if there's one area where trafficking guns is more common than others. But we should know, and we should be able to use that information to protect our residents. In an attempt to access this crucial information and target solutions to address the flow of guns into the hands of those driving violence in Baltimore, in September, we submitted a Freedom of Information Act request with ATF to disclose the identity of the top 10 sources of crime guns in Baltimore and the average time to crime for guns recovered in association with homicides and other violent crimes. And for those who don't know, time to crime is the time that it takes for that gun to be bought legally and then be used in a crime. However, the ATF denied our request and cited that the information we were looking for was exempt from disclosure because of the T-Hart rider. And I want to again express that this is not about our partners at ATF. We know that they do great work and we work with them each and every day. This is about this T-Hart rider that prohibits us from having this information and that should not be so. For me, this was simply unacceptable. And by limiting our ability to deploy effective public safety strategies, this one-off amendment put forward by NRA-backed politicians in Congress is jeopardizing the lives of residents, not just here in Baltimore City, but across these United States of America. In line with our commitment to data-driven policy, the City of Baltimore, represented by Everytown Law and Kramer 11 LLP, has filed a lawsuit to compel ATF's disclosure of this data. We maintain that the ATF decision to withhold this requested information was incorrect, and the T-Hart writer does not bar the release of this data under the FOIA as long as the disclosure does not interfere with individual privacy or ongoing criminal investigations. This lawsuit was officially filed yesterday afternoon, and we are awaiting their response. In order to talk through some of the details and the specifics, I will turn it over to our City Solicitor, Ebony Thompson, and then we'll turn it over to Ala from Everytown. Thank you very much. Madam Solicitor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, and good morning. Ebony Thompson, Acting City Solicitor. Thank you all for being here. It's an honor to stand next to Mayor Scott in Everytown Law and announce this important lawsuit today. From day one, this administration has been committed to taking on the epidemic of gun violence. In his first month in office, Mayor Scott announced the creation of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, which is dedicated to the fight against violence and works to ensure accountability across Baltimore's holistic violence reduction strategy. Since then, the administration has launched a host of violence prevention initiatives, including investing in community-based organizations, implementing a group violence reduction strategy, which engages directly with those most intimately involved in and affected by violence, and also implementing a successful summer youth curfew strategy. Mayor Scott's strategy, coupled with the effective implementation by his administration, is yielding remarkable outcomes. As the mayor just noted, we have seized more than 2,700 guns this year. For the first time in nearly a decade, the city is on track to have less than 300 homicides this year. This equates to a reduction in homicides by over 20%, and we're on pace to achieve the largest reduction in homicides in the city's history. This administration understands that
all right, you've been listening to a news conference where Mayor Scott and other city officials discuss how they are suing the ATF. You can continue to follow this on our website, foxbaltimore.com, and of course,
and that is
more on Fox 45 News at 4. Still ahead, we call them snacks, but a new study finds they're more like a meal. Coming up, just how many calories the average person eats each day by snacking. And the O's sign a new lease for Camden Yards. Coming up, how long the team will stay and the new developments that could be coming to Camden Yards. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14). We are back with a live look over Towson. It is another cold one. In fact, there were a few snowflakes out there this morning. Coming up, just how much the sun is going to warm things up as we head into lunchtime. Plus, we've got a sneak peek of your holiday forecast. Here's a look now at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, the Orioles lease at Camden Yards is finally finished. The agreement allows for a development deal around the ballpark, which had been a sticking point in negotiations. The new deal says the team needs to submit a master plan to the state before any changes to that area can be made.
It's a very large and complex deal. We're talking about a deal that is a multi-decade deal, keeping one of the most storied franchises in all of sports in the city of Baltimore, and that is going to have billions of dollars of implications when it comes to not just what happens to winners on the field, but winners off the field.
The Orioles have the option to end the 30-year lease after 15 years if state officials do not approve the team's development plans to revamp the area around the stadium. Trending number two, Baltimore County Council Chair Julian Jones drops his controversial amendments that would have stripped the Inspector General of multiple powers. A blue ribbon commission recommended making the office of the Inspector General a permanent part of county government. But moments before the County Council was set to vote on that proposal, Council President Julian Jones revealed a string of amendments which it would have weakened the Inspector General's powers. After dismissing his amendments, the Council unanimously passed the measure, which calls for the office of the Inspector General to be written into the county's charter. Trending number three, there is a $5,000 reward for help solving a weekend double shooting that left an 18-year-old dead. It happened Sunday night on Wood Park Lane in Howard County. 18-year-old Isaiah Darren was pronounced dead at the scene. A second victim was treated at the hospital and released. Making headlines, a Colorado funeral home that had at least 189 improperly stored bodies is set to be demolished. People living near Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose reported a foul smell, which opened up an investigation in October. The owners are now facing multiple charges. Google is agreeing to $700 million to settle an antitrust lawsuit. The Justice Department accuses Google of abusing its dominance in the web browsing market. According to the settlement, about $630 million will go to a fund to benefit about 102 million consumers. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Coming up tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, an 18-year-old facing nearly 60 counts for his role in the Brooklyn Day mass shooting, now being transferred to a juvenile facility. The new details we're learning about DJS's involvement in the move. Then at 5, Baltimore residents speaking out following 2 failed city council resolutions on the war in Israel, the emails sent by constituents demanding answers. And at 6, Mayor Scott announcing his intention to sue the ATF. We press the mayor for the reasoning behind that suit. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:18 and now to today's talking point. A new study finds the average American adult eats about a meal's worth of junk food every day. Researchers say Americans averaged up to 500 calories in snacks per day, making up nearly a quarter of their daily calorie intake. They say topping the list of nibbles were convenience foods that are high in carbs, high in fats, high in sugar. Mark Clark with Bmore Lifestyle is here now, and this is no surprise. We all need to do something about it, but this doesn't come as a surprise.
In fact, that's my nickname, high in fats, high in carbs, high in sugar, AKA Mark Clark. No, you know what's so funny, Patrice? I can always tell when I'm on one, it starts with a Coke. When I'm drinking real Coke, like I'm drinking real soda,
yeah,
then I know I'm off the. Okay,
the amount of sugar in there, that's like 12 teaspoons of sugar in that. So you're spiked, and now you want more.
Exactly, 240 calories. And let me tell you something. I picked up my daughter from North Carolina. From Virginia. And in North Carolina, we stopped, and they had the double X big gulp.
Oh, man.
It was 100, it's a gallon.
So in other words, you walked back from North Carolina.
It's like,
you were just
I didn't get it. I was like, wait a minute, this is too much. Give me the 48 ounces, it was 64 ounces, I'm sorry.
It's so easy. It's so easy for those calories to add up. You get one or two things and you're there.
Just like at Chipotle, when you get the burrito, the wrap itself, look at the carbs there. It's like 700, it's crazy.
Wow.
So, sneaky calories, but let me tell you something. It's going on Christmas, hey, all bets are off.
Day after Christmas, it's got to be on. And we're not going to mention that you're Coke and not Pepsi. Moving on. Oh. Time now for your wild and wonderful weather. We've got meteorologist Justin Chambers.
Well, this is just incredible video right here. Look at this. This is the Icelandic Coast Guard, and you can see over that volcano where they are flying over that, all of the smoke and all of that hot lava. And man, I'm telling you, definitely going to be on that warm side of things as folks are in that chopper trying to get those shots. Temperatures for today are going to be colder. A lot of us will hang out in the low to mid 40s. Those numbers will be slightly below average for this time of year. And we'll see breezy to windy conditions as well. High of 45 after our cold morning, breezy for the afternoon. Those temperatures a little bit closer to average, so typically right about 47 is where we are this time of year. But you can see a lot of those highs, even upper 30s for Westminster and lower 40s for Cockeysville and Bel Air, 43 Chestertown, 42 in Annapolis, and 40 in Columbia this afternoon. Low to mid 40s for New York and Philly, down through Baltimore and D.C. for the afternoon. The wind is still going to be hanging around today, so it's going to feel colder than that number of 45, feel more like the 30s as you get outside. But Wednesday and Thursday, notice that temperature trend is going up, and we're actually going to be in the above average category with less wind. We'll feel a little bit nicer. A bit of a dip here in a Friday and Saturday, but as we head toward Christmas weekend and next week, overall, those temperatures are actually looking pretty good. So here's a look at our future scan, keeping you through Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. Overall, nothing to really get in your way, and most of the rest of this week is going to stay dry, so that's good news for travelers up and down the 95 corridor, not tracking any major storms. There's a weak cold front that'll come through late Thursday night into Friday that'll drop our temperatures a little bit into Friday afternoon, but overall, things are looking on the quiet side of things for sure. After the wind today, we'll see those conditions a little less windy on Wednesday and Thursday. Notice those numbers, though, do come up. We're talking Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in the low to mid 50s. Really, the next chance for rain comes after Christmas. So by next Tuesday and Wednesday, there is another weather maker that's bringing in some more rain showers back to the area.
All right, Justin, thank you. Still ahead, walk in, take what you want, and walk out without ever checking out. Coming up, the new tech that is changing how you buy things. But first, the Powerball jackpot is continuing to grow. Just how long it's been since we had a winner last, and when your next chance to play is. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. Don't miss this. The Powerball jackpot is now a whopping $572 million. That is after no one hit the jackpot in last night's drawing. There has not been a jackpot winner since October 11th. Since then, 27 drawings have been held without a top prize winner. Next chance to win is tomorrow night. Amazon is famous for its grab-and-go stores. Customers never scan items and they check out. Instead, the tech-heavy stores are able to detect what you put in your cart, and then your Amazon account is charged. Now another store is getting in on that action. Uniqlo is out with a new self-checkout method. Customers make purchases without even scanning them at all.
You come and bring in your merchandise, you put it in that bin, 30 seconds later, you're going out the store because sewn into the tag or adheres to the tag is an RFID chip. Many manufacturers use it for tracking inventory already.
Uniqlo says the new tech is available in all of its U.S. stores. Time now for your lunch break. Treat yourself to something sweet. It is National Hard Candy Day. Candies are 100% sugar that has been boiled and placed into molds. Some were once used for medicinal purposes. Doctors used to prescribe hard candies made with lemon or peppermint to help with stomach problems like indigestion. Even today, we use lollipops or cough drops to cure sore throats. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Bmore Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Well, Patrice, we're talking about red flags and the things that give you the ick on first dates. Coming up, how many people say politics should be off limits on date number one? Plus, we'll have you weigh in. What gives you the icks? Stick around for Bmore Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Bmore Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Bmore Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with the lovely and talented Persia Nicole from 92Q. Good morning, ladies. Let me tell you right now. And it's always pretty to see all the presents wrapped and sitting under the tree.
Yes.
But wrapping them isn't so fun. But two mom friends are changing that. They've gone viral for revealing how they rent a hotel room before Christmas and binge wrap everything. They say they leave the kids at home with their husbands and they go enjoy a kid-free night of eating and drinking while wrapping all the gifts. Yo, I like that idea. Persia Nicole, power of the P. P is for package.
Right. Listen, listen, this is the smartest, best idea I've ever heard. I think all of us mamas need time to ourselves, especially after, you know, we having to clean up everything for Christmas. So the night before a hotel, sign me up.
Okay. Lady T, what do you think? You and your girlfriends get together and get to rapping?
Yeah, we get together and spill tea. Ain't nobody finna do this. I feel like this takes a lot of time and effort. Have you not heard of gift bags? There's such a thing as gift bags. The only thing I'm gonna wrap up in wrapping paper is I'm gonna put myself on top of the wrap and just roll.
Oh,
and then that is gonna be my gift to the world. I am the gift to you all.
I love it. I love it. And don't forget the nude part. So,
okay,
Persia Nicole,
there you go.
It's okay. She's not Persia Nicole. She's still living that single life. She don't know.
I am.
She don't know yet. It's gonna come. It's gonna come though.
Yeah.
That a gift bag?
Yeah, when it comes
you need time to yourself, Lady T. The hotel is the smartest thing. It's the best idea. When you have kids, you're gonna be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I got you.
Your time's coming. It's okay.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to red flags on dates, there are plenty to pick from. You got loud talkers, which I'm probably one. People with body over.
Oh yeah.
None of that. Those who try to get close too fast. What's wrong with that? But it turns out politics might be the biggest red flag. A recent survey by Change Research finds the most common red flag for men, with nearly 2/3 agreeing, is if a partner identifies as a communist.
Oh, Lord.
For women, the number one red flag was if a person is a MAGA Republican. Interesting. Okay, now, communist, okay, I'm sorry. Lady T, you're out there in the dating world.
Yeah, I'm in these streets. Yeah, reporting live from these streets.
Yes.
You know what? Why are you talking politics on the first date?
I know. I identify as a communist.
Yeah.
That's the cheese. What?
I feel like, I don't want to know. I do want to know if you were there on January 6th. But that's not the first question I'm going to ask. I'm going to ease into that. But honestly, the biggest pet peeve for me on a date is like having to split the check.
Really?
I don't like, I had to do it once and I was like, this is weird.
Wow.
This is weird.
Nicole,
I pulled out my wallet. He didn't pull out his. I didn't
Nicole,
like that.
we know you are claimed, you got a husband.
Yeah, talk to us.
But what were red flags when you were a single woman out in these streets?
Yeah, as somebody who takes big pride in the way you speak, a speech communications major, hello, Morgan State University, I cannot stand when somebody says scrimp instead of shrimp. Oh my God. Like, please,
just like that movie, Daddy's Little Girls. That way he was like, y'all got some scrimps. I love that.
We're on the list. What about salmon?
Salmon? Yeah, I used to say that when I was younger.
Yes, it is salmon. It is salmon for everybody in the back of the room.
Well,
it's salmon for some people, but salmon for the rest of us.
Here's one that I did not know that I'm noticing. A lot of people say frustrated instead of frustrated.
Well, some people say Pacific instead of specific, and I like that. Okay.
We want you to tell it. It's Talking Politics, the first day of Red Flag. Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks.
Be Pacific.
Pacific Ocean. It's good enough for Santa, so it's good enough for kids. A new milk option could be heading back to school cafeterias. Currently, whole milk isn't allowed due to its fat content, but that could be changing soon. During House floor debate, North Carolina GOP Representative Virginia Fox claims whole milk is the choice of Santa Claus. It should also available for school children. Okay, I got an idea. Let's get off the milk train.
Oh, I agree.
Milk, who says milk's good for you other than the Dairy Association?
Exactly. Tell it. Tell it, Mark.
Whole milk.
Why are we not leaving Santa, like, like Moscato or Prosecco.
That's right.
I feel like at this point,
Santa drinks
he would
scotch.
want a cold beer at this point
Right.
if he's got to travel. Am I wrong? Come on.
Well, Persia Nicole, what are your thoughts? You look like a milk drinker. I mean, you look all healthy and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't we just say milk wasn't good? Now, why I got to be a milk drinker? All right, so
You look like a milk drinker.
I am a Horizon drinker. I love Horizon milk. I love the skim. So I don't just drink any type of milk.
I knew it was going to be something expensive. I knew it was going to. That's that I travel with Santa Claus on the sleigh type milk that you drink.
Well, but she's got the #1 show, so she's making all that money.
She's got the #1 show. Also, your hair looks amazing, Persia. I know Mark always comments on it, but the locks are giving,
And you know what? Also, Lady T, you are giving because I've been giving Persia Nicole too much love.
What? No,
your lip is popping,
Come on, closer.
and your hair, and
Come
we
on,
got
lace
more
front.
entertainment. So, okay, see you
sorry.
later, Persia Nicole. Back to the top-rated show, Lady T. We got you're gonna be spilling the tea for us coming up. Okay, still ahead. If you're adding a furry friend to your home this holiday, you want to make sure you're taking care of their health needs. Coming up, the full list of things to consider before getting a pet. But first, impress your guests this holiday season. The new handy kitchen tool that will make entertaining easy.
Not if you're serving carrots.
I know. Another
Stay
carrot? Can I have
tuned.
another carrot? Great show on the way.
You're watching Bmore Lifestyle.
Julie Miranda and a special guest are here to demonstrate a handy kitchen tool that will wow everyone in your kitchen. Here she is with today's money-saving deal.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
I am here with my friend Leshem, the founder of Getsay, and these are the most amazing kitchen products. My husband, he's a snob in the kitchen. These are sleek and chic. Tell me about them.
Look at this, Julie. 2 different pillars, mandolin inside. The first pillar have double blades, so we can peel everything up and down, Julie.
Oh my
don't
gosh.
need to move the end from the carrot. Feel the quality, Julie?
It's just beautiful.
Up and down.
Up and down.
That's it. Now look at this, Julie. Not just this. Also tomato.
No.
Soft tomato you can peel.
No.
Now look at this. Coleslaw salad, cabbage salad. Very, very, very easy. Very, very fast. Look
Where
at
have
this,
you
Julie.
been all my life?
Yes. Now look at this potato. Easy and fast. We can peel even potato.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Now the second part, the red piece, connect to here. Now it's not a pillar anymore, Julie. Now it's gonna be a mini mandolin, circle of carrot, kiwi, potatoes.
We're making chips.
Chips, you can do chips.
And can I do potato chips?
Of course, look at this.
These are so chic and they look so good.
Yes, now, even pineapple. The only peeler in the globe can peel pineapple.
Only peeler in the world.
Only one, and of course, the most important, the butternut squash.
We are rolling. All right, I want to tell you that these are amazing, the best tools I've ever seen. Right now, we're offering 66% off Getsay. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Bmore Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Sonesta.
The busy and stressful holiday travel season is in full swing. And for those stranded travelers who may find themselves in a jam this holiday, Sonesta International Hotels is offering a lifeline for travelers.
The holiday travel season often brings unpredictable challenges. transportation delays, winter weather disruptions, cancellations, and unexpected layovers. Lindsay Schwimmer, consumer travel expert at Hopper.
This holiday season is expected to be busier than ever. Expect long lines at the airport and a possibility for disruption.
To help alleviate stress experienced by stranded travelers, Sonesta International Hotels has launched a new service called Travel SOS, or Sonesta Overnight Stay.
Sonesta is ready to embrace the holiday season and provide exceptional services to those facing travel delays and cancellations.
Sleep-weary travelers in a jam can access Travel SOS through two convenient methods. Simply dial 1-844-STAY-SOS to reach the dedicated Travel SOS hotline, which will swiftly identify the availability at the nearest Sonesta hotel. Or use the promo code STAY-SOS to book a reservation online at sonesta.com.
With easy access by phone or online to Sonesta's more than 1,200 properties, this hotline gives travelers peace of mind so they can rest and enjoy the holiday season to the fullest.
For more, go to sonesta.com/offers/stay-SOS.
Still ahead, big news for Jeopardy fans, the big change you'll soon notice. And some major networks are cutting ties with actor Jonathan Majors after his assault trial. Lady T has a closer look coming up as she spills the hot tea. Oops, wait a minute. And it's time to spill the tea. This Tuesday, Lady T joins us.
Hey, fellow tea sippers. All right, here is the tea. All right, in a shocking turn of events, Jonathan Majors found guilty of assault and harassment stemming from a fight with his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Her name throws me off. Her name every time, Mark. All right, after a 2-week trial, the verdict is finally in. He faces up to 1 year behind bars. Majors also was dropped by Disney Marvel Studios. He played mega villain Kang the Conqueror. His lawyer says he plans to fully clear his name, though. Major sentencing is on February 6th. And am I the only one this shocked? I was kind of like, how does one get chased and then get found guilty. Explain it, Mark. Talk to me.
The thing is, the major charges he was not found guilty of.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I think the media's kind of done a disservice because basically it's not, these aren't serious charges.
Right.
The other two that he didn't get are the serious ones.
So he could just get like probation, right?
He's probably going to get probation. And, but anyway, I mean, the whole way it's been handled has been bad for him.
It still threw me off a little bit. I was a little confused after all the audio, the video, everything that was released. And
but he did just sign a new tennis shoe deal.
Yes, he's gonna need a little. Hopefully, he doesn't get dropped for anything else. Okay, up next, you guys. In recent celebrity breakup news, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have split up.
No,
I know, right? After dating for less than a year, sources confirmed the two are no longer a couple. Not sure when the breakup actually occurred, but the last time they were spotted together was October, when Bad Bunny hosted SNL and was a musical guest, and then he and Kendall were at an SNL after party together. Now, rumors of them dating first hit the streets back in February. I feel like I just found out they were dating, though, and I kind of was so distracted by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce that I forgot about this couple, Mark.
Yeah.
I did us a very big disservice here.
Names are important. It's hard to date somebody named Bad Bunny.
It is, because you don't know if it's going to be good or bad, right?
Well, Happy Fox is available, though.
No, that's not how we're going to do this.
Happy Fox, no?
But I know. But I love Bad Bunny. I love his little accent. Te quiero. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Galahupta la gasolina. Yes, things like that, hopefully he says to me with his accent. Okay, up next, you guys, because the tea keeps pouring. So some new changes are happening on Jeopardy, y'all. All right, so Mayim Bialik, I always struggle to say the name, but I love her. She says she's no longer hosting the game show. She was sharing hosting duties with Ken Jennings. For a second there, I actually thought that she quit, but she says Sony told her she's no longer on the show. She was just nominated for an Emmy for hosting Jeopardy. She posted on IG saying she's grateful to have had the opportunity. Fans are really sad about this news, though, Mark, and they're showing her lots of love on social media. Ken Jennings, he's going to take over as the sole host of the show, and you can watch Jeopardy here on Fox 45 at 7 p.m. I liked her. I kind of liked her more than him a little bit, but I liked her.
This version of Jeopardy proves that the not cool kids have a shot.
Oh, my goodness. Stop it. Okay. They do. And there's a job for everyone, okay?
Nobody saw that coming when he was in high school.
It threw me off. But I mean, congrats to him on becoming the sole host of it. But I'm gonna miss her. She had like really good jokes. I feel like her punchlines are really cool too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss her. So I guess. All right. Well, anyway, that's it for the tea for today. Now y'all know what to do at home as I keep rocking my red, okay? Y'all go sip on all that tea.
All right, Lady T, now time for your weather with Justin. What's going on, Justin?
Well, snow lovers in western North Carolina, this is what they woke up to there. You can see some of that snow blowing around, similar to what we saw in western Maryland for early on your Tuesday morning, where we had winter storm warnings there. For the most part, that snow is going to continue to move out of here, and that system will move on as well. But on the backside of that, still have breezy conditions expected as we head toward the afternoon. Breezy to windy conditions, and those temperatures staying colder, not only today, but over the next couple of days, more December feeling for sure. Our hour-by-hour forecast, checking those numbers, mainly in the mid-40s for the next couple of hours. You can see that as we head into the afternoon. A lot more sunshine expected for today. Some of us will only be in the upper 30s for Westminster and Eldersburg over to Reisterstown, 38 in the Hereford zone, lower 40s for Towson over through Perry Hall and White Marsh, and 45 in Dundalk for you this afternoon. Numbers in Howard and Anne Arundel counties also in those low to mid-40s. Ellicott City and Elk Ridge down through Glen Burnie and Pasadena. It's going to feel more like the 30s with that wind that's still going to be whipping around throughout the afternoon today, and only 30s expected in Cumberland, where they continue to see the winter-like weather there. Overall, on our temperature tracker, you can see those numbers are trending up. So Wednesday and Thursday, those numbers slide back into the above-average category before we drop off again heading into the weekend. But when you look ahead toward next week and even Christmas, we're going to see those numbers that will start to climb. Here's a look at our future scan. Pretty quiet week. Once we get this system out of here for the Tuesday afternoon and into the evening, that wind will die down. Less wind expected on Wednesday and Thursday, and overall staying mainly dry. So really no major issues to get in your way, especially for travelers up and down the East Coast. Even Friday looking pretty good as folks are heading out of town or coming into town. It's going to be before, I'd say, late into the weekend and early next week before we even see anything rolling through here. So here's a look at that 10-day forecast. You can see it takes us all the way through Christmas. We'll keep those numbers in the 50s on Thursday, upper 40s through Saturday, but then low to mid 50s into Sunday and Monday for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's really going to be Tuesday of next week before any rain rolls back into the region.
Your Place Inside and Out is sponsored by HB Home Service Team.
This week's home tip, we're focusing on one of the most important items in your household, which is your HVAC unit. Year-round, we depend on this trusty unit to provide comfort in the home, and in return, it's our job to provide regular care and proper maintenance to keep everyone happy, because when your HVAC system fails on you, problems can arise. Now, while maintenance and repairs can help the life of your unit, there are some clear indicators that it's time for a replacement, which can include if the cumulative repair costs are nearing or have exceeded the cost of new equipment. If you're in this situation, it's time to call on the pros for help.
Trust the HB Home Service Team for all your plumbing and HVAC needs. From protecting your home systems with a maintenance agreement to the peace of mind knowing we're available 24/7, 365, the HB Home Service Team is just a phone call away. Home serviced better since 1914.
This Bmore Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Hill's Pet Nutrition.
With the busy holiday season in full swing, families across the country will be welcoming new pets home for the holidays. Many of those are puppies. Joining us today is Dr. Adam Chrisman, a respected veterinarian who is teaming up with Hill's Pet Nutrition to share advice and tips for new and prospective pet owners to have a successful first year with a puppy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so the holidays are a popular time to welcome new pets. What do you tell prospective pet parents who are considering a new pet this time of year?
Well, I mean, it sounds great having one under the tree or whatnot, but, you know, they're not necessarily a gift. They are a lifelong commitment. And so we want to make sure that we understand that everybody in the household should be involved and engaged in this conversation. So knowing the fact that, do we have the time to invest, you know, for the puppy, because they're obviously going to be adults? And do we have the resources in terms of finances for this? Because owning a pet can be expensive. So veterinary care and food, bedding, the list goes on. And, you know, I'll tell prospective pet parents, maybe it's not a puppy that you might be interested in. Maybe it could be an adult or a senior. So looking at some of the animal shelters and rescue groups out there, because sometimes these guys can be a little bit on the less cray-cray side than puppies.
Okay, and for those who plan to get a puppy this holiday season, what are your top 3 plans to make in advance of welcoming home a new pet?
Number one is you got to puppy-proof that house. Get on the floor of these puppies and get into their eyes and see what they can get into, whether it be garbage and wires or cabinets. So puppy-proof the house, and also be prepared. Have everything ready to go. Bedding, food, the dog dishes, all those areas, including blankets and toys. Number one. Number two is definitely a veterinary visit and a consultation, and established relationship with them. You're going to see them a few times, at least within the first several months. So I recommend pre-booking that appointment, because those book up quickly. And also groomers. Most dogs are going to be getting groomed like every 8 to 12 weeks. So you want to pre-book that appointment as well. And then lastly is socialization, puppy classes. So pre-book that ahead of time as well, because great dogs come from puppies that were in socialization classes and also have good manners.
Okay. Well, how can viewers go? Where can viewers go for more information?
Yeah, so they can. I partner with our friends at Hills, so we have a lot of great resources out there. HillsPet.com/puppy, and we even have a coupon available. So we have a lot of resources available, including from my puppy Capone. He's on a science diet puppy food there with active biome. So definitely check that food out, because I love it, and it's all available right there on that website.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
All right. Till next time. Bye.
Still ahead looking for love? Well, you may want to avoid talking politics. Coming up, why some are calling it a red flag in dating and what you're saying about it, coming up next.